Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nozipho, aka the Zulu on your tube. Guys, I guess this is how podcasters do it. I'm not sure if you're supposed to see this part of everything. Still getting the hang of it. I originally bought this mic for singing, and in my research, a condenser mic was it. This is a condenser mic. There is a dent on it. I bought it a long time ago. But anyway, I guess this is how it's done. I will try and perfect the art as time goes by. But without further ado, let's get into the topic. But before I do that, I would like to apologize for the long hiatus. I was going through stuff that I would like to share down the road. And hopefully it'll be able to help somebody, but that is the reason, very vaguely, for my hiatus. I sincerely apologize, but I am back, and today I want to talk to you guys about being stewards of the blessings that God places in our lives or in our hands, right? When God blesses us, when He blesses us with everything that God has blessed us with, jobs, children, money, clothes, the food in our cupboards, everything that God has blessed us with, they do not belong to us, they belong to God. Everything in creation, everything belongs to God. Everything that God has created, everything God has blessed us with belongs to God. And we are simply stewards or managers of the things that God has given us. I don't even know if I'm supposed to speak like this or like this, and it's just gonna pick up my voice. I don't know, but let's keep going. So God has made us managers and stewards over what He has blessed us with. I was actually having a conversation with my colleagues about this. I was planning when I since you guys complained about me not posting, I had been thinking, okay, I'm gonna come back from work. I literally just came back from work. I'm gonna come back and report. And I just so happened to have this conversation with my colleagues at work, and we were basically in agreement, right? It's not a coincidence. I mean, I believe God restricted that, but basically, God has given us stewardship over these blessings. Our jobs, money, our children, any and all possessions or responsibility. God has made us stewards over that, and it is our responsibility to steward those things well, to manage those things well. Why I thought to speak about this is because God has been teaching me about being a cheerful giver. God has been teaching me the value of giving and the gift and the blessings that lie in giving, right? I always say, when I'm rich, I used to say, when I'm rich, I'm gonna do this, this, and the other. When I'm rich, I am not rich at the moment. Materialistically, I would love to live in materialistic abundance. I will be I'm gonna tell you all that. I would love to be, right? And I dream of just buying people houses and paying people school fees and, just helping people, right? And money can solve a lot of problems, right? A lot of material problems anyway. And I would always say, when I'm rich. But God has been teaching me that I don't have to wait until I have an overabundance of money or materialistic possessions to bless others. Right where I am financially, which is not very far, I can still bless somebody. God can still use me to bless somebody else, right? So, especially somebody who has no means to pay me back, somebody that can just never repay it back. right? Or people that can never repay me back. So what God has taught me is, be a cheerful giver. It's in the word. For God loves a cheerful giver. I would be fearful of giving from what I have because I'm thinking, wow, I don't have much. So the little that I take, I'm gonna feel the deficit, right? And I don't want to be in lack, Lord. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to, collect cents or coins to buy food or whatever I need, And God reminded me of Philippians 4:19. But my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. And also the scriptures and the verses in the Gospels where he talks about, it's even in that popular Maverick City song, if he dresses the lilies in beauty and splendor, how much more? I'm not quoting the verse now, I'm quoting the song. How much more will he clothe you? Right? So in the verse he speaks about the flowers being taken care of, being dressed so beautifully, the birds being fed, and they don't have to, you guys know the rest. I'll put it up. I'll put it in the description box. So how much more us? How much more he take care of us? And that circles back to this money that I have from this job that God has given me doesn't belong to me. It belongs to God. And so I'm not going to but I'm not gonna withhold what is not mine anyway, right? So God has taught me to trust him, to trust what he says in his word. So if it pleases God for me to give, especially to those who have no means to pay me back, I need to trust that he will supply my needs according to his riches and glory, that he will take care of me like the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. If it pleases him, I've done my part, Lord. I've given. Now I'm trusting you to do your part and take care of me. That yes, giving has created a deficit in my pocket, in my budget, but I'm trusting you because I have done as you have said. I am trusting you that you will fill the deficit, that you will provide. Let me tell you guys, I went out on a limb and I tried this, right? I've learned that it's a spiritual principle. If you give, you will get back. Obviously, I do it because I want to please the Lord. I love to please the Lord. I desire to please the Lord, right? I am a slave to righteousness, okay? I am a slave to pleasing God. That's the best slave you can be, by the way. And so, it's a spiritual principle, and I do it because I love the Lord. And you know how principles work. If you throw it in the air, it's gonna fall to the ground, well, unless you're in space. If you push it, it's gonna push back. Newton's laws, right? It's a law. If you give, you will receive, right? But now we do it in Christ, okay? God lays out for us how to do it in a way that pleases him, right? And so I tried this and I did this, and I'm telling you, the other day I received money out of the blue. Someone just felt like giving me money. Obviously, this is not for financial gain. Please, I'm not prosperity preaching. The crux of this message is to be a cheerful giver and to trust God in being a cheerful giver. Don't be afraid. Don't fear that you will lack or that you'll be without. God will take care of you. He will take care of you. Okay. So, like I said, someone decided to bless me with money. Out of the blue, I was like, me? Me? Why do you want to give me? And she said, no, just go buy yourself something nice. And I said, thank you. Okay. And I would just get random acts of kindness more than I've ever experienced in my life. Now, I've just come out of a season of just dryness, right? Dry, no random acts of kindness. I would have to ask, but this may not be much to somebody, but this is a lot to me. Like I said, it was dry, okay, until several months ago in my life, okay. I have a lady who is very close to my heart who decided that she's gonna buy me a book and ship it to me. That's huge for me. Like, it's not my birthday. I didn't ask for nothing. She just said, you know what, I'm gonna bless you with this. And it's the lady with the money, and then it's random lifts. I didn't have money to go back home, right? I take a taxi back home. I had to go back home earlier than usual, and I had forgotten to withdraw some money to take a taxi back home. And lo and behold, I get out of the building, and I asked somebody, like we have company vehicles that go into the community and back to the organization, and I said, hey, please lift me just to the entrance so I can get a taxi, right? And they took me all the way home. They took me all the way home because they were headed in that direction. Is that a coincidence? No, I don't believe in coincidences. But God would just meet me at the very point, you know, like people would just stretch themselves out just to lend a helping hand, random acts of kindness. My life became a river of living water. Like I became like a believer planted by like a plant. You know that verse that in Psalms? So things just began to just open up, right? Things were just, man, doors would open up, random acts of kindness, and I'm just there like, why didn't I start doing this sooner? I've heard people talk about it for years. I've been a Christian for years, and I thought, prosperity preaching. But when you do it, there are people who misuse this principle. But when you do it in a way that pleases God, do it according to the word, do it in a way that pleases God and with the right motives and intentions, the Lord will bless you. So all in all, I just wanted to come here and tell you guys about being good stewards of the blessings and responsibilities that God has placed in our lives. Our money, our jobs, our children, our friends, they do not belong to us, they belong to God. And it is our responsibility to manage those blessings well. Just like the parable of the talents, what are you doing with what the master has placed in your responsibility? Are you taking good care of it? Are you taking good care of it? Right? So it's not, I'm using money because I feel like it's the most relatable one, it's the touchiest one. It's not your money. That salary is not yours. It is a blessing from God. That job was given to you by God. Are you stewarding it well by being on time, by working diligently, by producing the way that you should, by being a good follower to the person leading you? If you're a leader at work, are you leading your people well? The people under you, are you leading them well? If you're a manager, are you leading the people you're managing well, right? You get a salary. That money, it belongs to God. Are you managing it well? Are you a cheerful giver? Are you trusting God to be your sustainer, to be your provider? Do you really believe that your God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory? Do you really believe that he will take care of you if you just have an open hand? Right? So I told myself that, okay, if I'm really gonna, I had to like literally believe, like in a literal sense, it was no longer just a story in the Bible, it was no longer just a narration in the Bible. I had to now, okay, trust that, okay, he's gonna take care of me, if I become a cheerful giver. And I wish I'd started sooner. And I hope this encourages you guys to be a cheerful giver and to manage what God has placed in your life, in your responsibility. Wow. How do I know how to manage in a way that pleases God? Read your word. What does God say about giving? What does God say about being stewards? That is how you know. That is our manual. That is the standard by which we live as believers. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. If you have any questions, if you want us to expand more on anything, let's have a chat in the comments. Let's have a chat. We are here to learn from one another. I'm always open to correction. I'm always open to new information. Let's have a chat in the comments. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching until this far. Please do like and subscribe, and thank you. Bye.